RCCO on air! You're now locked into the pulse of the city, where information and music conspire. RCCO on air! Get ready to tune in for advice and the hottest tunes. From life hacks to killer tracks, we've got it all for you. RCCO on air, bringing you ultimate radio experience.
A wonderful 4 p.m. guys! This is ZM once again, and you're now in for a treat from your fortnightly 4 p.m. habit. Welcome to another episode of RCCO on air, where music and information meets. Your resort for streaming music and substantial legal discussions finally kicks off our 17th episode. It's surreal to feel that we've ticked off 17 broadcasts already that shared different pieces of free legal advice. Ooh, that's only here on RCCO on air. And speaking of legal advice, our episode today addresses a privacy issue, I believe, in Strata units. Have you ever felt unsafe and any time could be intruded because your unit's caretaker holds a key to your very own home? Let's address that matter in today's discourse, which is actually titled, it's on your screens, Can a caretaker legally hold master keys to your Strata unit? Let's find out whether this is legal or illegal. Well, of course, from one of our very esteemed guests. And she's going to show up later if we're going to stay just only here at RCCO on air.
RCCO on air!
Seeking a legal champion to protect your interests? At RCCO Lawyers, we dedicate our steadfast effectiveness, resourcefulness, and clarity to yield the best results for you. We foster informed decision-making through education and transparent communication, so that you are equipped with complete understanding of your legal options, with relentless support by our roster of seasoned legal professionals. Contact RC&Co lawyers now and have us advocate for your legal rights.
RC&Co lawyers, effective, resourceful, and clear.
RCCO on air.
Welcome back to RCCO On Air, where music and information meets. You know, everyone, as homeowners, you are ought to safeguard your very own shelter against any form of intrusions. But what if your caretaker holds the master key to your door? Aren't house keys supposed to be exclusive to no less than owner themselves? To shed light on this issue, our Strata law expert is currently the principal of RC&Co Lawyers, and in unison with her colleagues, RC&Co Lawyers A team has brought nothing but relief to Strata communities in reaching their optimal interests in peaceful communal living. Here she comes, Attorney Rochelle Castro. It's good to see you once again, Attorney Rochelle. How have you been doing?
Well, thank you. Good to be back, CM.
You're welcome, Attorney, and we hope that this is going to be another fruitful discussion. Well, of course, it's going to be, since we've been doing that so far in our previous episodes. And last week, Attorney, someone penned us a message to our Facebook page citing a worry that she wants a lawyer's advice. And here is the complete message we have received from her. So she currently resides in a small complex with fewer than 20 units. The construction was managed by a now defunct small builder, and they have a caretaker agreement with a large company that's been in place for the next 20 years or so. And she tells us that the fees are exorbitant, and she is particularly concerned about the fact that this company has their master key for all the units, including those of owner-occupiers. She's currently very uneasy of the situation, about the extent of their access, and the way they also manage things, especially given the substantial amount of money involved. Now, Attorney, is it legal for this caretaker company to hold a master key for every unit in the building? And also, can they revoke their unrestricted and unmonitored access to both the building and individual units? What's a lawyer's point of view on this, Attorney Rochelle?
There are two sets of questions that are addressed here, CM. The first one is the question of if the caretaker company would legally hold a master key for every unit in the building. That's one. The second one is, can the Strata community revoke the unrestricted and unmonitored access to both the building and individual units? There is an issue, and I understand that the practice in the Strata community is that where there's a master key, it should actually be held by key companies only, not by a particular caretaker company.
Oh.
That way, it is an official key company who is the only one who could actually hold and produce, so that the caretaker company could avoid any allegations of having access to private properties. So one thing that they could actually make a decision on if this person who's inquiring is part of the committee, is make a decision to give instructions to the caretaker company to surrender the master key and give it to an approved by the Strata community, an approved key company, a company that creates keys, and so that it's only the key company who has access. And every time a key is requested, everyone is confident that it's the key company that is the only one that holds a copy of the key. That's one practical way to resolve it. Because if this continues, I do see a problem. Because that goes on to the second question. Can we revoke their unrestricted and unmonitored access to both the building and individual units? Yes, these are powers that is given to a Strata community. It's just a matter of now making a decision on who will hold that master key. And I've given the suggestion on that. So one of the things, TM, that I always advise clients, and I'd like our viewers to think about that. There are 3 ways to resolve an issue. One way is the practical way to resolve the issue. The second is commercial way to resolve an issue. And the third one is the legal way to resolve an issue. I have just addressed a practical way to resolve the issue. A commercial way of doing it is also, in a point of view, managing the costs in respect of ordering the master key. But here the question focuses on, how can we fix this? We're worried, we're concerned that there's a company who can just enter our apartment or our unit anytime. Give it to someone who is officially creating keys. And the revocation is a legal question. So I gave the practical solution. The revocation of the unrestricted and unmonitored access, that's now a decision. That's a legal question. And that's the legal solution is hold a meeting, pass a resolution, and the committee could do this in their level. If there's no committee, or the committee prefers that it's all lot owners who makes a decision at a general meeting, make a decision that to instruct the caretaker company to transfer the hold of the master key to a selected key company. In that way, these issues and concerns of residents are eliminated, which is fair enough. And these solutions that I've addressed is actually common practice. It's standard practice in the industry, CM.
Oh, and speaking of that, attorney, I've heard you've made mention about the caretaker company should hand over the keys to a key company. So what happens, attorney, or what would be the consequences? Let's say, for example, if the caretaker company does not cooperate with the selected key company, what are going to be the outcomes or consequences for that, attorney?
If they refuse to follow the instructions of their client, they're going to have the Strata community has to go to get either tribunal or court orders compelling the caretaker company. Because technically, the caretaker company has no say in this. They're a contractor hired by the Strata community, and they must follow instructions such as that. And that's a valid instruction from the client. If the client says, hand over our keys to someone else, and this is who that someone else is, you as any contractor, you should follow. And if they do not follow, get orders in the tribunal or the court. That would be now the legal solution if instructions such as withholding transfer of keys to another party.
Oh, that was actually the most practical way, to be honest, that I've heard from you, Attorney Rochelle. And we hope that this is going to have resolved or will resolve this plight that our letter sender has relayed to us in regards to this issue of her caretaker who is actually holding master keys in their respective units. It was another fruitful information session with you once again, Attorney Rochelle. And you know what? If I were a homeowner having the same plight, I would surely have been relieved right after hearing that advice. Thank you so much for this episode, Attorney Rochelle.
Thanks for having me, and I'll see you next time.
See you next time, attorney, and looking forward to seeing you on our future broadcasts. In need of legal assistance in matters such as strata, debt collection, conveyancing, and immigration? Don't hesitate to contact our professionals just only here at RCCO Lawyers. You may message us on any of our social media accounts, which is actually displayed on your screens now. And you may visit us on Instagram, that's RCCO_lawyers. That's for Twitter or X, RCCO_law. For LinkedIn, just RCCO Lawyers. For TikTok, we have RCCO.lawyers. And for YouTube, that's RCCO Lawyers. And also, if you want to explore more about RCCO Lawyers, about what we do, our previous clients, and anything that will help you to have trust in us, then visit our website, which is www.rccolawyers.com. Once again, that's www.rccolawyers.com. And wow, that was a really fruitful information session together with Attorney Rochelle Castro. We'll still have more. Don't leave yet, as RCCO On Air comes back to you shortly.
I got a taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code. I get lonely, but I always knew that. I always knew that your heart I could call home, and nothing could ever stand in our way. Whether it all falls down, whether it all falls through, I know that you'll be waiting there for me when I come through. Even if I get knocked down, even if I get pushed through, I know you'll be standing there for me, strong like a statue, oh like a statue, statue, oh like a statue, statue, oh like a statue, statue.
Try to talk to the people that want to talk to me back. Have a real conversation without all the attack. You always gave me the pass, you never took with that ass, never the tip for the tat. Now that's a friend of the max. You were always like that though. Came to every in-town show, always jamming in the front row. Good vibes, Bella Santo,
And nothing could ever stand in our way. Whether it all falls down, whether it all falls through, I know that you'll be waiting there for me when I come through. Even if I get knocked down, even if I get pushed through, I know you'll be standing there for me, strong like a statue, oh like a statue, statue, oh like a statue, statue, like a statue, statue. Hey oh oh oh, hey oh oh, hey oh oh oh, hey oh oh, hey oh oh, hey oh oh. Whether it all falls down, whether it all falls through, I know that you'll be waiting there for me when I come through. Even if I get knocked down, even if I get pushed through, I know you'll be standing there for me, strong like a statue, oh like a statue, statue, oh like a statue, statue, oh like a statue,
RCCO On Air.
Seeking a legal champion to protect your interests? At RCCO Lawyers, we dedicate our steadfast effectiveness, resourcefulness, and clarity to yield the best results for you. We foster informed decision-making through education and transparent communication, so that you are equipped with complete understanding of your legal options, with relentless support by our roster of seasoned legal professionals. Contact RCCO Lawyers now and have us advocate for your legal rights.
RC&Co Lawyers, effective, resourceful, and clear.
RCCO On Air. News break.
Ever wondered if your building's waterproofing will stand the test of time? There have been recent reports out of New South Wales that have been raising red flags. There was a staggering 39% of residential apartment buildings built between 2014 and 2020 that have serious defects with waterproofing issues that's leading the pack, and that's affecting nearly a quarter of those buildings. But don't panic. According to the experts at Danray Waterproofing, the secret to long-lasting protection lies in three critical areas. The first one is the quality of the membrane. Second is the skill of the workmanship. And the third one is, of course, no other than proactive maintenance. High-end membranes, like durable PVCs, can offer up to 60 years of protection. But without skilled installation, you could end up with a costly disaster. Remember, waterproofing might just be 1% only of your budget, but it's responsible for 80% of water-related defects. So what can you do about this? Regular maintenance is always the key. By staying on top of inspections and addressing minor issues before they escalate, you can actually extend the life of your waterproofing And you have to also keep your building safe and dry for more decades to come.
RCCO on air. News break.
And that concludes our afternoon. Another day, another episode well spent. Indeed, homes ought to be our safest refuge from outside dangers. Therefore, we must avoid all forms of possible intrusion beyond our doorsteps. With the advice given by Attorney Rochelle herself, RCCO On Air hopes you are inclined to navigate issues related to your strata and as well as related to your privacy and specifically your caretaker holding your home's master keys. RC&Co lawyers are always ready and here to offer legal support. We're looking forward to your messages on our Facebook inbox and on our other social media channels. Do not forget that information is your greatest weapon. Keep yourself informed and legally empowered. Until next time, where music and information meets. That's only here on RCCO On Air. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
RCCO on air. Gotcha the scoop you need and the tunes you love. RCCO on air. Stay curious. Stay groovy. RCCO on air. Now signing off.